Here we are, part 2. You've made it. How are you enjoying your morning meditation practice so far? I hope you're enjoying waking up and starting your day for yourself. There's power in making a date with yourself and committing to it. It builds integrity. And something I've noticed from working with some of the world's top performers is that they all start their day for themselves. You don't want to wake up rudely by your alarm clock and then dive immediately into your email inbox. This is a great way to ensure that you feel stressed and behind schedule. But what if instead, when you go to bed, you put your phone on airplane mode, you leave it in another room, you wake up with the sun, you meditate, maybe even exercise or do some yoga, and then dive into your inbox, and then start dancing with technology. This is a much better way to tap into the divine source of creativity and fulfillment, and then use your to-do list, use the demands of your day as a means by which to deliver that fulfillment, as a means by which to deliver the most amazing version of you. And that's what part 2 is about. I'm going to give you my favorite tips and tricks that I've learned during my 10-year career on Broadway, my 5 years of teaching acting, and my 7 years of psychology training. I look good for 87, don't I? I just sound like I'm 100 years old. Some of those things were happening at the same time. But what I want to do in part 2 is really give you my favorite performance hacks, the things that are going to allow you to walk into any room with confidence and ease and groundedness so that you can show up as the most amazing version of you. So in part 2, I'm going to give you a combination of breathwork, guided visualization, and some power poses that are going to be specifically applicable to different situations in your life. Things like giving you better sleep, better sex, conscious consumption, and really any time you want to show up as the most amazing version of you. So the idea here is that you're still going to wake up and do the M-word technique on your own in the morning before coffee, breakfast, or computer. And then I want you to do each one of these days, each one of these guided exercises with me, and then you'll have them to pick and choose from as the situations arise in your life. So I'm really looking forward to diving into part 2. This is a great time to recommit to the practice if you've fallen off the wagon or if life has gotten in the way. Just press restart and commit to joining me every day until we get to day 33. All right, friends, I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, friends. So today we're going to talk about everyone's least favorite topic, pain. So I was invited to a neuroscience conference a few months ago, and it was really exciting to get to see on the physical level representations of these things that I've been studying for the past 10 years. And this one scientific study was released, and to be honest, I didn't even think that it was true because it seemed too astounding. And it had to do with meditation and pain, specifically mindfulness. So in this study, they had 4 different groups. One group was taught mindfulness meditation. Another group was taught sham meditation. The third group was given books on tape, and the fourth group was given like a fake analgesic cream. Now, they were all given a stimulation beforehand of 113-degree temperature on their leg. And then they did their various activities, and then they were given the stimulation again. Now, the people who had the fake analgesic cream, their pain receptivity dropped by 3%. The books on tape people, their pain receptivity dropped by 1%, so basically not at all. Now here's where it gets crazy. The sham meditation group, their pain receptivity dropped by 22%, which is PS equal to morphine. Now the mindfulness meditation group, their pain receptivity dropped by 44%, which is double morphine. Now, I thought, to be honest, that I was just not smart enough to understand this survey because there was a bunch of legit neuroscientists there. But then I read about it again 3 weeks later in Time magazine, and it turns out that this is, in fact, the findings of this study. So what this suggests is that mindfulness meditation could actually be more impactful for you than taking morphine. Now, I find this really relevant because, as you may know, we have an opiate addiction in our country. So if you're dealing with pain, or if someone you know is dealing with pain, I highly encourage them to develop a meditation practice, and specifically mindfulness. Now, we teach certain forms of mindfulness at Ziva, but there's lots of different ways that you can learn mindfulness as well. So I'll walk you through a quick exercise that you can do right now, and I invite you to experiment with this on your own and really build up on it every day. So have a seat, sit with your back supported and your head free. Go ahead and close your eyes, and we'll take a few breaths just to get grounded and centered in the body. So inhaling for 2 and exhaling for 4. I call this the 2X breath. It's a nice way just to get settled. Inhaling through the nose for 2 and exhaling for 4, letting your body soften and melt into the chair. One more time. Inhaling through the nose for 2. And exhaling for 4. And you can go ahead and close your eyes if you haven't already. And we're going to do a body scan. So simply scanning your body from the very top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And I want you to ask the question, what's the most prevalent sensation happening for me right now? So we're not trying to judge anything or fix anything. I just simply want you to notice what's the most prevalent tactile or physical sensation happening in my body from the very top of my head all the way through my jaw, my neck, my shoulders, my chest, belly, hips, thighs, calves, ankles, and feet. Just noticing, is my heart racing? Is my stomach in knots? Do I have pain in my knee or my neck? And as you start to notice what the most prevalent sensation is, I want you to just gently allow your awareness to rest there. What is the sensation trying to communicate to you? I really believe that every sensation in the body is trying to communicate something, and if we listen, then we afford it the opportunity of talking more softly. But if we try to dampen it, and if we mask it, or if we try to shove it down, then it has to speak louder and louder. And if we don't listen, then it will start yelling. And if we don't listen, then it will start wrecking the house. So treat this sensation, treat this pain like a little kid trying to get your attention. Mom, 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 mom. And then finally, if you just say, what, honey? I love you. I love you too. And then the little kid goes and plays on its own. So just listening for now. Where in your body is it trying to talk to you? Asking the question, what is it that it's trying to communicate? Things might get a little bit more intense, and then they will start to dissipate. And once they do, I want you to scan the body again, all the way from the top of the head to the bottom of your feet, noticing what's the next most prevalent sensation. Again, not judging it, not trying to change it, just gently allowing your awareness to rest there. Perhaps breathing into this area in your body, and as you exhale, allowing things to soften and release. And letting it say whatever it needs to say to you. The beautiful thing about mindfulness is that you're closing the feedback loop between the brain and body. So the more we listen to the body, the more softly it can communicate. And this helps to let the pain be less intense. Also, the first step towards transforming something is acceptance. So we have to accept things as they are. Really good. So scanning the body one more time, all the way from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and noticing what's the third most prevalent sensation. Breathing into that, letting it say whatever it needs to say. And as you exhale, allowing things to soften and release. And you can continue this as many times as you like. You can breathe into the same sensation, or continue scanning the body to notice the more and more subtle sensations. And when you're feeling ready, you can start to take a big, delicious inhale, breathing some life into your feet, into your hands. Letting go of any pain or anything that isn't serving you as you exhale. And starting to ever so gently, slowly open the eyes. Bravo. Way to dive in, way to accept things as they are, way to listen to your body. I really believe that this is true, that any pain in the body is trying to communicate something to us. And if we listen, then it's easier to intuit how the body wants to be corrected. So I invite you to play with this on your own. It certainly is not meant to replace medical advice, but this is something that you can do on your own, something you can do to take charge of your own health and your own pain management. So I hope that it's helpful, and if you want to learn more, you can visit me at zivameditation.com. All right, bye friends.